Just wanted to say a little bit about myself. My name is Chris Kreiner. This is my wife Jen over here, my daughter Tensley, and my son Brantley. And they are absolutely my world. I grew up on the Space Coast of Florida, surfing the summer, and obviously not snowboarding here in the winter, but a lot of time up in the Northeast and out west. I fell in love with business, entrepreneurship, and nonfiction books after high school. It took a few years, but after several years in retail, I decided to quit for like 6 months. I took all the money I had saved, and I made it my job to spend every day from like 9 to 5 just learning. I knew that I wasn't happy where I was at, and I knew there was more for me, and I needed to take time to figure that out. So one of the things that I learned about was trading. There are 3 major ways to make money outside of having a job, and one is to build a business. Another one is paper investments, paper stocks, trading, things like that, investing. And then the third is through real estate. I started trading options in 2010. I caught the run in silver from $20 to $50, and I was hooked. I made several thousands of dollars. I thought I was a genius, and I gave almost all of it back and began to realize that I knew nothing. And then I made half of it back. And then that sparked the learning journey for me. I was determined to figure it out. 2011, I traded the first run in Bitcoin successfully from $20 to $270. And that actually generously funded my trading account. Obviously, there's some regret there in not holding those Bitcoins. The 40 Bitcoins that I owned, they'd be worth about $3.5 million based on the last peak of like where Bitcoin was 65 grand. But back then, I had to send money through MoneyGram to buy individual Bitcoins, and it was super, super sketchy. So whenever I made my thousands of dollars and I made my money, I ran. And nobody had even ever heard of Bitcoin back then. Everybody thought I was crazy, but I was happy I got in and out and made some cash. So, it's always easy to beat yourself up over missed opportunities, but that's going to continue to happen for the rest of your life, no matter who you are. And so we just got to let that go and move on. Spend your time learning to take advantage of the next opportunity so that you don't continue to miss all of the big ones, So then after that, I spent the next few years trying to learn on my own, watching the markets every day. 2013, I began day trading futures. I joined a trading community, and I wrote a few novels worth of ideas as I continued to learn. I'll share a picture of that at some point. It's absolutely ridiculous. I've got an entire box full of notebooks that I've absolutely filled out. It's crazy. In 2015, I began day trading the Forex currencies, which is the foreign exchange market. And I really came into my own as a trader. My skill, understanding, and knowledge really began to shine and come through, really began to become confident. 2017, I retired as a day trader due to stress, time away from my family, and lack of consistent income. It is a beast of a business. And when volatility dries up and things stop moving, the money goes away. And if you don't have a plan to move on to something else or have multiple different things that you're watching that you can use, then your income goes to zero, and eventually, essentially the game's over at that point. So I was pretty much burnt out at that point, and so it was time to do something different. So I began to trade over multiple days and weeks, which is called swing trading, and I was able to create excellent strategies inside my retirement portfolio and my stock account to boost my returns dramatically. And happiness and joy ensued after that, as I had my life back, and now I take advantage of crypto or any other strategic investments confidently to increase my wealth and income for my family. I like this quote. It actually came with the slideshow, but it's the way to get started is to quit talking and to begin doing, which is Walt Disney. That is also something who there are lots of other successful people who share that message, and I believe it's absolutely true. You got to take steps. It's awesome to be able to learn and to know things, but you have to take action to get going and move in the right direction for things to actually start happening. So congratulations again for buying this course and investing in yourself. So I've added some quotes here because I think that was appropriate. I love quotes. I love wisdom, philosophy, all that kind of stuff. So Trading is not for everyone, but you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, know when to walk away, and know when to run, which is a Kenny Rogers song. And it's absolutely true. So I've got just a little bit to share about that. I do believe that everyone should have this knowledge. Not everyone is cut out to become a hardcore day trader, but one of the cool things about trading is how you can literally create successful strategies that are tailored to exactly who you are. Everyone is wired differently, and though markets have foundational principles about how they operate, once you understand them, you are free to create your own style. You may discover after taking this course that you have absolutely no desire to trade stocks on your own. I believe that anyone can learn this, but I also know that you have to have the stomach for it, and some are just better suited to buy and hold investing in a conservative way, which is absolutely okay. If that ends up being you and you didn't realize it yet, then you still walk away with the value of new knowledge you were interested in and didn't have to lose a dime in the market itself. Win-win. I can't tell you how many people have lost thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars just trying to figure this out. Just to go, I'm not willing to invest in my own knowledge and my own understanding. I'm not willing to take any time. I thought this was a get-rich-quick thing. It actually ended up being a get-poor thing, losing way, way more money than you ever intended. But it's like a self-deprecating thing. You put money into it, and you lost money, and you want to keep going because you want to win your money back, and you end up losing more and more. So if you learn now through this course that you don't want to do this, then you have saved yourself an immense amount of money and time. So it's absolutely worth it on that investment as well, on that aspect. All right, that wraps up this section.